Hello and welcome. In this short video we're going to take a brief look at the concept of overloading methods as a precursor to some later work on the concept of polymorphism. In a previous video we discussed how Java allows us to have overloaded constructors. By that what we mean is we can have more than one constructor with the same name but with different parameters, and essentially that same principle applies here. In planning a Java program, sometimes we need to design many methods that have the same intent but for a different set of variables. For example, printing details. To enable this, Java allows you to reuse a method name for more than one method. But there are some rules. Okay? When we reuse a method name for more than one method, the argument list for each method must differ, but the return types can be different. They don't need to be, but they can be. So we must have different argument lists, and we may have different return types. I think really the best way to see this is by using a simple example. So if we consider the example where we're asked to develop an application that allows the division of two numbers, but these numbers can either be both integers, both doubles, or an integer and a double. Let's take a look at an example in NetBeans. So we need a new NetBeans project. It's going to be a Java application. Let's call this overloaded method example. Browse to where you want to put it, because sometimes in NetBeans it goes into the NetBeans project folder and you may not be familiar with where that is, so make sure you take a look at where you're saving your project. And then let's just change this name of the main class, which will be generated for us. I'm going to change this to calculator app. Okay, and I'll name my instantiable class calculator. Okay, so you'll see now my package has been developed or generated for me, and calculator app then is the app class that has been added for me. I'll also need an instantiable class, so I right click on the package name, new and Java class, and this one I'm going to call calculator. Okay, so essentially what we said we wanted to do in here was develop an application that allows the division of two numbers, and they can be integers, doubles, or one of each. So obviously when we divide them we're going to want to store our answer somewhere, so let's say private double answer. Okay, and then we'll have our constructor public calculator, and in our constructor let's just give answer default of 0.0. Okay, so we want a method that's going to allow division, and remembering our encapsulation, our data members are all declared as private and our methods are all public, and then we can use getters and setters to further support that. But for this basic example I'm going to just have a method here called division. It's going to be public and it's going to return the double, which is answer. Okay, so public double division, and it needs to take two parameters, int x and int y. So my first instance of division essentially is going to divide two integers. Okay, so in here then answer is equal to x divided by y. Alright, now I have still got a red line there, but that's just telling me that I need to return answer. I was missing my return statement. Okay, so that's at the very basic level. This is now an instantiable class that allows us to take two integers and to divide one by the other and return the answer. And we can see that tested then in the app class. Okay, if we come into our app class and we declare answer, which is actually going to be a double. Okay, and then we'll need an instance of our instantiable class, so calculator c equals new calculator. Okay, and this is division of two integers. So what we're doing here is answer equals c dot division, and let's give it two integers, 20 and 5. Okay, and let's just print that to see that it works. System.out.print ln division with two integers (20) divided by 5 equals plus answer. Okay. And when we save with NetBeans as well, it compiles automatically for us, so then we just hit run, and you'll see now division with two integers, 20 divided by 5 equals 4. 4.0 because answer is a double. Okay, so that works fine. Alright, now let's try the same. Answer equals c dot division 20.5 5.5. Okay, and here now it's not liking this at all. Okay, and our error message is method division in class calculator cannot be applied to given types. So required int, and we've provided double. But we've, if you're making a calculator, you need it to be able to divide by doubles also. So back into our instantiable class we go, and this is where we can create another method, public double again, division, but in here now we have double x, double y. And the principle is the same then, answer equals x divided by y, return answer. Okay. Now if we go back to our app class and we save our changes and play. Okay, let's print that, system.out.print division with two doubles, 20.5 divided by 5.5 equals plus answer. Okay, and let's save and run that one. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. That should be system.out.println, not append. I don't know when that happened. Apologies. So let's play it now. Division with two integers, division with two doubles. So now we're not getting that same error that we got earlier on. So you can see very clearly there we can have two methods with the same method name but different parameters. Okay, here we have doubles and here we have ints. Now our problem also asked us to do it with one integer and one double, so let's do that also. Public double division int, let's do double x int y. Ans equals x divided by y, and close our method. Okay, just watch out for that. NetBeans puts in the brackets for you every time you open a bracket, so watch out and make sure that you're not closing too many brackets. Return ans. Okay, and then back into our app class, and let's just do the same again, but this time with one integer and one double. Okay, and so this time we're doing 20.5 divided by 5. Now I'll just pop some comments in there just to keep track of what's going on, so it's all in the solution file for you. Division of one integer and one double. Okay. Right, so let's play this then. Division with one integer and one double, and there you have there. Okay, so you can see all of the different ways that we can have it. So now we've got 3 versions of the same method, but with different parameters. Now the other golden rule that we had was that the return types can be different. The return types may be different, okay? So let's have a look and let's see if we wanted to do public int division. Okay, we want a whole number as our answer for whatever reason. And this time we have int x double y. Okay, so again we have a different set of parameters to any of the other methods we've done, because that's the important bit. If I tried to do the same again here that I've done before, I would get an error. Okay, and then in here answer equals x divided by y and return, and let's just cast answer to an integer. Okay, so that it's returning an integer. So now our return type, while ans was a double, it now matches our int. Okay, and then into our calculator app, okay, and answer equals c dot division. Now this time we want an int first followed by a double, so 20 divided by 5.5 will do us. Okay, now we're getting a warning there. Nope, that's okay. System dot out dot println division with one integer and one double. 20 divided by 5.5 equals plus answer. Okay, let's cast that to an integer as well. So we save that and play, and so there you have it at the end. Division with one integer and one double. 20 divided by 5.5 equals 3. So that allows us to print our answer as an integer and to calculate it as an integer and return it as an integer. Okay, so here we can have, you can see very clearly they're all called division, but this one has got a different return type. The key being that the parameters must be different in every one of the methods. Okay, if I had tried to leave this as int x, int y, which matches this one up here at the top, but which has a different return type, I'm automatically getting an error. Method division int is already defined in class calculator, so we can't have that. It must remain, must have different parameters. And that's our example of method overloading. I hope that has helped to clarify what the concept means and what it is. And again, I think this will be useful to understand before we move forward into the concept of polymorphism. Thank you for watching, and I hope this has helped.